there is, I'm just gonna drop this in here, and then I'm just gonna make a I'm gonna make a new. Well, I just import it here. Probably be easier. This is Den 3, I think. I hate McMath. I hate this stuff here. The embedded thing never works right. It should be huge. Like, it never stays that way. Let's do what, 12 3/4. Sure. Give me the step, boy. All right. It's just around. So when you're importing things into Fusion, they give you a free move. So use it. It's worthwhile. It's pretty easy. Is this actually on the thing? Where am I here? Maybe the other one I should do, actually. This is 8 12-inch books. Side is it on here? Oh goodness gracious me. So no select through. Hey, holy crap, this thing is like wigging out today. Bam. Okay, so I can actually lock this into place. Ew. Huh. Did I not do this right? I guess not. Let's try again, I guess. 10 3 35. It's like it never happened. Yeah, why would you give me... Oh, it's in the center. I hate it when they do that. Why don't you put it right on the edge, like where I'm going to use it? Oh, well. Where's my top? There we go. So I want to do... one around like a soul. And around like a soul. I'm going to get sneaky here. Because it's where I want it to be already. I think. Yeah, it looks in the center. Looks in the center to me. I'm just gonna hit OK. I do like working in full ortho. Like, so when I go like this, I want to see it all weird. Orthographic. And show it up all. That shouldn't do that. I'm annoyed. That's really strange. Like, it's not giving me the free move, which is really weird. It should have stayed horizontal. Anyways. Uh, yep. Oh my god. Sometimes they make it really difficult for no reason. I don't know why. See, like it saved it, but like halfway. Hmm. I don't know why that is. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. What I just did there is sometimes it's good practice. Um, it's good practice to do things like that to make sure that um, they come into the model square and in position, like or square. They come in where they're supposed to come in the position they're supposed to come in at. Um, then the major model, like if this was the main model, for example, so this is the model case. It really doesn't have to be like that. So if this was the assembly, for example, of the in the entire electrical panel, then as you're bringing things in, whatever top down design parameters that you have or the skeleton system that you have, you would maybe want to have things come in like that. And what that does is if you have like I don't know 400 or 500 parts in a drawing, it really utilizes the memory system a little bit better. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Like I have a pretty modest computer. It's pretty old actually now. It's like 6 years old. So in technology terms, it's pretty. It's getting up there. And there's I have no issues with models like right around. I think the biggest one I did was like I don't know 460 or 450, 450 parts, which is a lot floating around. And a lot of them were done like that, and there wasn't much issues. So, a lot of fluff, a lot of thinking here. All right, so I'll bring this in, and maybe we get this square into here. So I have to make this, I don't know, onto there somehow. I'm pretty sure these things here are spring loaded in the back, and it just sits on here to there. So all I'm gonna do is, um, yeah. So what I can do is I can make like a, I could just join it right up, I guess, but it might be easier to make myself a um, assembly point, if you will. Ooh, run out of memory here. Let's do so 29. So what I wouldn't mind to do is maybe it would be 35 millimeters up from here, and I am going to do a this down to here. So yeah, it looks like just this piece. Didn't I just taking crazy pills here? All right. So yeah, sometimes the models aren't perfect, and that's it's just how everything is. So this is now isolated. I'm going to reassemble all this stuff if I can, which would be like that. And then everything else would become like that too. Oh, how come I didn't do that? Oh, select through is off. That's why. There we go. So I can move this down to wherever I really want. Move. It's nice to move things on axis. This is just the lock. Yeah, and then this will be spring loaded on the inside. It's just generally how they work. Not all the time, but more often than not, some sort of lock mechanism. And then you can jam your screwdriver in the back there, and then just kind of tips out and tips out and goes up to the din rail. Nice and easy peasy. So what I want to do is create. Actually, I could do it pretty much from this right here, from that little center line. I think. No, not quite. So this would be like an intersection between here and here. And here, yeah, this one and this plane here, and then in the middle. And then in the middle. So you can probably do a joint origin. Yeah, let's see here. Can I do 2 planes? Yeah. 2 planes and a point. Yeah, I'm gonna do this plane and this plane here. Oh no, it acts like a mid plane. Darn it. I could do the intersecting point, which is just like right there. And it's 45 degrees, so. But that's on plane. I can't really do that. I would look at vertical, would be nicer. So let's do. I'll do it here, and then I can move it over, however far I need to go. So that was on the inside. Distance here, 2630. So if I double click on this again. This is all direct modeling too, by the way. So we're gonna go negative 26.3 divided by 2. And that should give us the dead middle on the bottom. On the bottom of here. So I need to bring this down from here to here. Now I should be able to. No, I can't. Okay. Radius, so I can get that down. So another 1/2 mil down. So at a joint origin. 0.5. Geez, I haven't talked at length for a while. Talked and done things at length. So this is gonna be a little off, but not like it's gonna be CAD perfect and not real world perfect. So because there's a radius here, it'll kick it over a little bit, but I'm not too concerned with that. That's okay. Let's double check that. I could have sketched some stuff out too. Sometimes sketching's a lot easier. Yeah, it's fine. We can check it out, see how it looks. Will you let me select you? Yep. No, I guess you won't. I'm gonna do a check sketch. Switches. It's pretty simple. I just want to make sure it's roughly in the right spot and it looks that way. Oof. Okay. Save that shit. You don't really have to go through all this stuff. I do it because it's good practice. And then when we update, that'll appear and then I can use it. So this is in the bottom plane and I can put this right on this edge here. So if I do a joint, I can select that joint here and then I can select this edge and it should go blam. Like fairly perfect right into that. And then right against this edge, however this is here. So there's tolerance built into these pieces. A bit of clash checking there too. I'm not super. Ooh, look at that. So I'm not super. Look at that. Okay. I'm not super worried about all that stuff here. One of the things you do have to do. Should probably do. Especially if you start modifying things, moving stuff around. You got a bunch of things. Make sure they are all grouped together, or you're gonna get a circumstance where you gotta assemble something like this. In the one piece will assemble, but all the other pieces on the inside are floating around doing whatever they want. So you see this is now all moving together. And if I was to ground the mid rail or the din rail, nothing's gonna move. Nothing. All right. I forgot to test my chat thing here. Does it work? Yeah, it worked. Sweet. Okay. Okay. So many clicks. All right, so the general idea was if this is the shape that you want to, and that we're using, maybe that's a good shape for inspiration, and then where we want everything after that. So we have, it's the same deal with the Raspberry Pi. This I'm going to do a little bit more loose and fast, just to kind of get it into position, because we can move it around wherever we want to. But the general sense of things is that we want it, probably like somewhere around here, for example. It'd be kind of cool if it matched like the rest of it, but it doesn't really have to. So we have a flat plane. If this broke out a little bit, so this is why I have stuff in ortho. We could have it sink in a little bit, but then the outside shell is maybe like that. And then it would be the same sort of thing. So it's got a piece on the back that accepts the din rail. And it could just be like a little clip mechanism. It's the same way. We could have a pressure fit slightly. So it goes up into a cavity and then, or it could be an up down sort of thing. So it kind of locks in kind of funny. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh. A tiny bit of stuff. Okay. So you have it like in a likeness to maybe what's here, and that's fairly simple. So I'm just gonna bring this over here for now. Um, we can move it. We can do whatever else we want. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll um, should rename this here. Mounting adapters for din rail. No. General likeness. We can build off from there. Do whatever else we want. It could be real simple. So this is supposed to be for 3D printing. So we should probably do it in two halves. How they have it done. Actually, we don't need to do it in two halves. You can just stick everything in there, but two halves is probably better. Or at least one-sided. You could build a whole case on one side and then the other. Or make it in the same likeness. It's not all that difficult. So we could have a snap and back and a snap in front, or a half and a half type of thing, and you screw them together. That's probably the easiest way to do it, I would think. 3D printing snaps can be tedious to get right, and if you're printing something this big and the snaps don't work, it's frustrating. So, especially if you just want to move on with your project. If it's not that big a deal, snaps I would say is good if you're mass producing things over 1,000 units, because if it's under 1,000 you can still screw it together and not lose your ass on the fasteners. But once you get like tens of thousands, it's becoming an issue then, but for the individual person, little screw is probably not such a bad idea. Even these are screwed together, right? This is and made of metal. Okay, so we'll go onto this one here. I'm gonna offset a plane out here. I don't know, 80, 100. No, not that way. Other way. Negative 100. Negative. Okay, so because I got everything in here, I can reference pretty much whatever I want. So we'll just do a project. The only one is the front though. Maybe the outline. Oh, I can do the whole outline. Oh, this is all bent. I understand. I understand now. So I got those two. Let's see here. I'm gonna do the back. Oops. Oopsie. Right on. And like I was saying before, this is for a simple project. It's not a. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it just has to. It kind of has to work, and that's about it. So if all we're doing is modifying something that's existing or copying something, then who cares, right? You don't have to do it like how I'm doing it. You can do a lot more simple of a case. And how everything is constrained is kind of whatever. I'm choosing to put the rounds in, the fillets in now instead of later. That's just how I want to do this. So I have a general shape of what I want to do here. So I could say I don't need this, and I technically don't need that, but I do need this. And round is stronger. I'm not actually too sure why they have that in there. I haven't really looked at these things closely from like an engineering standpoint, so I'm gonna put it in. There we go. So something like that. Blam. So there's the sketch anyways. We can make it however big we want it. It's what's the other one look like here? 38.7, slightly over 1.5 inches. I'm just gonna do 38.1. It's nice and rounded. Something like that. Inch and a half kind of looks similar. And then we're gonna split this in half. So if we were gonna do, I could do a half and then mirror it. So that's easy to do. And then add the posts and all that stuff in there. Yeah, that might be a good way to do it. A half case, a half and half case. So if you want to do the full front, as a separate piece that's kind of sunken in, or that has like a different sort of profile to it, or maybe it's got like lofts or something, you know, just something to define it that's a little bit better than, you know, super square and all this. That's not actually, this is not the best way to do things here. I'm sneaky. So you don't actually have to delete these and get rid of all the things. You just have to make them, you know, thingers here. The other way to do that is just you draw 2 lines out and make sure if you didn't know what angles all the stuff is on, this is how you do this, or this is how I would do it. Now see, like this is a curve. You don't actually know where this is, so you could say you want this tangent to wherever this is, right? Because it's locked in on the endpoint, it's going to give you the final end. And then this one here, if this is, yep, you could make that. You do it like this if you're planning on moving it later, or if you want it directly in line, which is probably the best bet. You just take it off like that. So that's the other way to do this, or you know, you could just do like I did the other ones. It's going to give you a little notch there. So it's probably right, but maybe not. So just leave it like that. Give us something to work off of. Liam. And then when you're doing this here, you have to reselect your full. Oh, I didn't do it. Silly bastard. Okay. Not a bastard, but silly. Ooh. All right. So when you do this, you generally, it'll, if you did the extrusion before, it's going to add them all up, or it should. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Just how it is. So I'm gonna change that to divided by 2. I'm gonna do some more funky things to this. Are we gonna do that? You do it in the middle, or it could be half and half. Half and half. It would be nice to have a like a rim, I guess, all the way around the outside, so they go together nicely. We could do that. That'll probably be nice and easy. Yeah, okay. I'm in. This part here can be strengthened and designed how it needs to be. The edges don't have to be flat. We can bow them out. We can do a whole bunch of stuff. Generally, everything in a panel should be dead flat because everything kind of condenses to each other. But you know, depending on what you're doing, if it's like a standalone thing and it's on a rail and you get a bunch of stuff over here and you just put like a lock beside it or whatever, you know, it could be It could stand alone by itself. It's nice. If it's nice looking. So kind of like how it sits. If we were to do 1.7 for 3D printing, that's kind of the idea as far as this goes. This still has a hard square corner, so we're not going to do that. I just wanted to give you the idea of what we got going on here. Yeah, so we're going to round off these corners, and then this will round off afterwards. Put these things in here too, and then we can make a like a transition on each side. So one is an outside lip, and then one is an inside lip, and then they fit together real nice. And we can put some, I don't know, alignment dials or something in there. Okay, let's do that. So on the outside, how do we want this to look again? What's the Raspberry Pi? If we did this like right in the middle, so we have ooh, too far. I use the handle because I'm lazy, but I should do it the other way because I'm not lazy. Okay, probably like right in the middle here. Be right in the middle of so. I think, and then we can have like a power button here or on top or something, or maybe like a little digital readout for the I don't know, battery voltage or something, or the other one should actually have all that. Maybe it doesn't. So I'm not sure if it's going to give me that middle corner or not, but I'm going to try. Yeah, it'll give it to me. I'll have to rotate it around if it doesn't kill my program. Yeah. So this is what I was saying before. So if we go a little bit in here. These are all in line with each other. -3. So we just did it based on here to here. That would probably be okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm gonna set this up slightly differently here. There we go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this face, but then I want to do a setup and then build another yeah, okay. So these are the ones I don't want to move anyways. We're gonna do well, if we wanted to match the other one perfectly, we'd keep these in here. I don't know what I was thinking. Sometimes it's derpy derp derp season. Oh yeah, can. If you don't have a if you don't have a 3D mouse and you do CAD a lot, you should get one. And then you should set up a modifier on your 3D CAD button or your mouse button so that it locks out the or it locks the X and Y axis to whatever X Y plane so that you can move it around in your sketches because that's really handy when you're doing dimensioning or going around doing tracing, something like that. So really handy. And then when you get back, just press the button again and it goes. But if you want to lock that perspective in and then just kind of go up and down and all that, you can do that too. And then unlock it, do whatever else you want. Okay, so here's the piece here, I'm just gonna import this again, then I'm gonna go over. So I didn't know what I wanted to do at first, so now I kind of know what I want to do. So I'm going to, I think we're just gonna move it in. Yeah, we're just gonna move it in space instead. I was gonna say, oh, let's joint it. Nope, 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 nope. Being decisive is a good quality to have in doing CAD work, and unfortunately, that's not really the best idea for me. 9.05, 38.1 divided by 2. Minus. And then we're going to go back 3 mil? Is 3 mil okay? Yeah, 3 mil's hidden. Okay, so that's where I want this to be. I want this to be grounded. I don't want it to move anywhere. This one's going to be grounded too, might as well. Actually, it's jointed in place, so it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of surfacing right now. Actually, no, we're not. We are going to, this is a body too, by the way. I haven't made any components yet because this is, the case is the full piece, and I'm going to make the components afterwards. So this only makes sense when you're doing the actual file itself. So like the actual piece file or part file. You know, that's just my personal preference. Sometimes you can do them right away and then export them and then all the stuff goes with it. But if you have anything that references those, sometimes those references get screwed up or they get copied. So when you export them out, you got to redo them anyway. So it doesn't matter. But if you have them externally referenced like this, they'll go with it if you decide to make a copy of this entire file, because this is the top component. That's my experience anyways. Okay. Can I make this like, I don't know, 2 mil, 1 mil? Yeah, it's not going to do the chamfer because of this thing in the back here. This bitty back. So what I'm going to do is do that cut later. Can I do 3? Yeah, 3 looks all right. This will be the main cut. This thing is still in the back here. So now I have a working kind of like geometry, I guess you could say, like just a nice easy point where this is all gonna slope down from. Now I do want this to slope down together afterwards, so having these, so thinking about this stuff here, having these is actually, it's better to have these. So as the pattern flows down, yeah, it's better to have these not rounded actually. So can I undo my undo? No, I can't. So yeah, well, I guess I could if I saved it, but, or just hit undo a whole bunch of times. Right now, I don't care. That's fine. I'll just do it like that. So I'm gonna create an offset, 0 offset of this surface. That should give me 3 or 4 bodies to work with, maybe 3. Yeah. And I'm gonna make a lip, I think. Am I gonna make a lip? No, I'm not gonna make a lip all the way around. So the next thing I want to do is create a nice like flowing outline, maybe. Maybe just a rectangle all the way around this. So because I have this as a reference, I'm going to use it. Why not? It'd be crazy not to. I can turn that off. Should roughly be in the middle, right? And because I want to be, I want these as a clearance fit. 1 mil is probably, it's probably tight. Um, hmm. 1.3 all the way around, so then it's not so gross looking. And then I want an even space, sort of all the way around. So what I'm gonna do here is, I don't know, 3 mil? Maybe 5. I can see how all this is gonna look here. Maybe 3. A lot of people don't like doing fillets in sketches. This is one of those exceptions. Usually, I don't do it either. See how it's not, the reference is lost? Did it lose? No, it didn't. Why is that? It's not defined from a point. This is... I'm surprised that's not fully referenced. Like, it's not fully referenced absolute, but it should be referenced to at least this, because that's what I built the, so the sketch is in here. The sketch is in world, so I have to reference this from world. Should make sense, I would think. It's going to tell me it's over restrained both ways. Yeah. Neato. Don't see that too often. This these should have turned black, I would think. And I'm gonna put little half millis on this, I think. It's always nice to have that. So these ones here, yeah, okay. So these ones here I'll do afterwards because it did lose its thinger. Like I said, I'm not perfect by any means, so you know, this is just the way I like to do it. 0. Okay. So you can kind of get an idea of how this is going to look. So I'm going to move this back just a little bit further, actually, here. Remove the rigid group, ungrounded. Oh, geez. So we're going to go back to here. And fortunately, I have to move this back another 3 mil. 3 mil. So before I was talking about how a lot of stuff can become an issue when you're 3D modeling a lot of parts. So if you have references, so you have a position that references another position, every time you move it around in space, it has to do another calculation. It's not using the end calculation. Because in this particular, well, maybe all CAD programs, they all reference from wherever you insert the, and they all reference from where you insert them into the drawing or into the unit, whatever you're doing. So if you drop it in at, 000, it's nice and easy. So it'll skip over it and then keep going. So sometimes I'll just do that if I'm doing a joint based assembly and not a rigid group type of assembly, then I'll drop everything at 0, 0. So everything comes in at 0, 0 to its own reference point, and sometimes I'll go into the individual parts and make sure that they're referenced from 0, 0. So and then so when the datum comes in, that datum comes in exactly where it should be. That's kind of like the old school way to do it, and that's how some stuff gets really. Some programs are really fast and efficient. It's because they make you do it that way. Like, you know, I think, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Creo is definitely like that. You can have stuff all over the place; it doesn't really matter. But their organization is quite good. It's cumbersome to model, but holy crap, is it ever fast? Those programs, like I could probably open up a 25,000 part assembly on my computer. It's not a wouldn't even be a big issue to roll it around. So, um, yeah, so it's trade-offs for everything. This program, nice and easy to use. It looks good. You know, like it's really easy to use. Okay, so now that I have that pinned down, this is back, and then this is back to here. Okay, then I'm just gonna do like a. I think I'm just gonna do a loft up to this line. I think it's probably the best bet. Let's see if that works here. Really easy peasy. Might have to put some stuff in here, but if it's simple like this, it usually works like easy. Yeah, should give me normal handles. So as long as it looks symmetrical. So this one here is not super symmetrical, so it needs a little bit of help. Where do I? It's asking when you see the handles here, it says, okay, where do you want all your stuff put? To these things here, where do you want me to bend all over the place? What do you want this to look like? I like to use the actual curve points. I think that looks good. For the most part, sometimes mathematically, even if you do this, it doesn't work out. It won't solve. It won't solve. And then you just gotta you gotta chunk it together. You piece it together. And that can be a huge pain, but it should work. Yeah, sure did. So now I have something that looks like this. It's got like this cool little curvy thing. And then when I go to put the radius on here, it should blend into the radius, no problem, because it's like a hard shape, I guess you could say. I don't need this anymore. So put all these together, and then does that look okay? Yeah, I think it looks all right. Yep. You can see a little bit of the circuit board there. Oops, this is upside down. Some kind of like that. And then we have this here. So how do you get this into the rest of it? Well, I could have made just the offset of the entire box. Would probably be a probably would have been a good idea. Just gonna do this here, offset. It's playing tricks on me. Okay. Yeah, so there's that sort of thing. Now, it's not going to be the same shape, unfortunately. As I was done there before, what I needed to do, yeah, was build, oh, geez. Same exterior shape after doing the fillets. Yeah, I guess I should have I built the rails in beforehand. The rails are for the lofting. So once it goes through, um, you'll see here in a second. Even if it'll do it for me, sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes it won't work like that. So I have all of this here, and it's empty actually. So I don't know if it'll let me keep these or not. Really done something. Well, I've never done a box this way before. So see what we got here. Let's make sure it'll even let me do it. Sometimes it just won't even do it. Can I do a 3? Yeah, I can. Hell yeah. What were these? 1 mil. Let me see. I'm gonna go all the way around here. Yes, sir. So let's see how it actually looks here. See, I don't know if I like it. It's kind of cool looking. Oop. Well, let me do that one. Yeah, it's just not, it wasn't designed in to do that correctly. So, what I could do here is remove the top and the bottom ones. I could add that to here to see if this improves. I could do a blend in too. So like this is, instead of being, through right here, it starts up a little bit, or will progress into here actually. Whoop whoop. Doom 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 doom. Yeah. So it all really depends on how kind of how you want it to look. Hmm. I don't actually mind. Let's look here. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, these are always going to be funny blend-ins because of the other. Can I do a double? Not. Yeah, so these are functionally separated. Kind of knew I should have done this first. So, might have been a better idea to, kind of cool looking though. So if you want to get if you do the rounds first, it'll give you this the centerpiece. So before I did any of the stuff here, I have the body. So you do 3, right? So and then you're starting off with the edge. So I have a little bit of leeway to go into the stuff with it, I guess you could say. So if I start off with this, See, it has the corners. So some of the things you just have to remake. Make sure you have that. Let's just go forward. So we got here. How many reds are we gonna get? No, not too many. So just on the loft. Profile 2. So I'll do a chain. And then it's the same type of thing. So now because this is rounded and this is rounded, I only have to pick where I want this point done. So I'm just gonna do that to the corners again. Gonna give me the corner here. Corner snap. Same thing with this one, corner snap. And this will make all the curves look really nice. I think. Down here, maybe I should make it. Yeah. And that'll fold around if it goes over more. I could put it to here, but then that'll give me a long base. Yeah, that's gonna work out a lot better. It'll give me a smooth corner. Whenever you have a sharp corner, not always great. So this should all be the same. And I think what I'm gonna do right now before I combine all these is I'm gonna make cutting tools. Symmetric 20. I don't know. 20 is usually good. So these will cut the holes for me. New bodies. So see how these look here. When I did the new body shapes, these weren't captured. So these ones here. Delete. Make my life a little bit easier here. I'm gonna go back. Just gonna make a copy of everything. Blam. Oh. Looking for an explode command. That's the wrong program. What? Can't select that? Since when? That looks like a bug. Okay. So, this is gonna need a new reference because the front 2, 3. All different now. Oh boy. Geometry failed. What? Really? Oh, stupid. Really? Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back. Here, so I have the front, and now I need the rest of it. Yeah, I guess it really doesn't matter. I could just do this wherever. It's funny how it uses all the references, the old references. Okay. Cutting body, cutting body, cutting body. 2, 3. We're not going to use that yet. That's the original. Remove the joint here. Solid. Should be able to do 1 inch or 1 mil all the way around. There we go. So that's better. That's what I needed in the corner. All for that. And then you can see it should be fairly symmetrical side to side, which it looks like it is. Seems like it's okay. I'm gonna actually to be able to soften this up a little bit. And I can do that. See, a lot of people would try and apply a fillet to here. So here's the other idea. So when you have, when you're doing a loft, see, it gives you profile 1, profile 2. You have to turn that to tangent. See how it kind of comes up and out of the way? Look how sneaky that is. It will flow right into it. So if you don't have that, it'll just stay sharp. And that's okay. Not a problem. G1. You could even do a G2 if you really wanted the curvature. And then you could change the tangency weight of this too. So if you don't like it like that, I think G2 is a little bit more, G2 is considered a minimal curve, I think. I think that's how it works. Tangent is mathematically tangent. If I'm wrong, please let me know. And then the other one, you could see what it does to the corners here. So it'll try and come up and out of the way and all that stuff, and that's not right because, well, around here might work a little bit better on the outside, but once you get here, it's going to want to curl under because it doesn't know what to do with it. And then the G2 won't do it at all. But because we have a sharp corner here and it comes up and out of the way, see, like it comes right to the edge here. We're going to use that anyways to smooth off afterwards, and we're going to do it in a tangent manner. So it doesn't really matter in that respect. So I'll just say okay. And then once we get that, you'll see how it's transition is much easier, much smoother, I should say. So because it wants to swoop out of this, and it wants to swoop out there, and all the rest. Okay, so now that we have all these, we do have some sketches that we could use to do some stuff here with. So the sketches. So we're going to cut with this because that's what we want, right? Blam. We can say symmetric. You could do 2 sides if you wanted to. That's okay. Usually it's best to apply a design intent with whatever you're doing here, but realistically, does it really matter? Not really. The reason why I did this is because when we do the other stuff on the inside, which you'll see in a second here. So I'm going to do a mid plane, these 2 surfaces, and then I'm going to cut. This is how I cut. And there's probably another way to do this. This is just how I do it. I'm going to keep these the same. Should I keep them the same right now, or should I? I'll leave it for later. How's that? So now I have this, and now I can shell it to what I want this to do. You notice it's still going to give me a it's going to give me a nice face in the front, even a still. Oh geez, I don't know if it's going to do it. Please don't crash. Done a lot of shit. No, can't do a bad result. Save it. Let's try something bigger. Sometimes it won't do the face in here and all this. It should have done it though. Like it's trying to go onto the inside of that. I'm really surprised that it just didn't even try. You'll probably do like a half mil. Yeah, so it doesn't want to do this tangent in here. Yeah. Which would have been yeah, that's okay. Okay. The automatic doesn't want to work. I got to do this anyways. So, with this profile, we can left, right. So with this profile, it's in the center. This is in the center plane. I made this. Actually, I did this wrong. Okay. So when you have a plane, use the plane. It's a lot easier in the future if you need to do anything special. And then, yeah, stuff just works better. This is continuous, so just bring this in, whatever you wanted to do. I think I was trying to do 1.5. That's great. And then you can go all the way down to here, and you could say plus 1.5. Should bring it back a little bit, or you can not do that and just use the you could say to object, and then I want to offset 1.5 negative back. So if you do it like this, it's setting up some of the variables to do other things. Now to get some of this, well, you know what? Maybe it's because I did the cuts backwards, but I needed the cut in order to get the other one. This is a simpler inside, anyways, so maybe we're better off to do it this way. Always try and simplify the inside of the box first. So if it doesn't need to be in a certain way, then don't, I guess. Big curves on the outside, small curves on the inside. You're never going to see the inside, so make it functional to whatever you want. 3, whatever. Hard corners, or could 3.5. So it's like the back is 3.5. You can make this one 3.5. And saying all this stuff can change in the future too. If you were injection molding this, you'd want to have a taper on all this, inside and outside. This can all be applied later as well. It's a lot easier. Well, you shouldn't even say that. Sometimes it's easier to do afterwards. A lot of the times it's easier to do as you're going along. But sometimes the features they'll follow you. They'll follow everything. So it's not that big a deal. Okay, so this is fairly strong. I'm gonna make this into a 3.5 mil also, if I can get away with it. We'll bring it over. Yeah, it does something funky. I'll just leave it like that. So the inside looks okay. This is looks okay. I don't know if that one's gonna work or not. I'll try it. Will work? Yeah, okay. These are mounting points anyways. You'd want these kind of strong. And then they're gonna sit on here, and then it's gonna wanna tip like this anyways. So it's going into the back, so you'd have to lift it up in order to do whatever you're gonna do. If you wanted to make a lock in here, you could do that at some point. Okay, so remember these three little cutting bodies, three little piggies. We can do this now, or we can do this afterwards. They're through holes. I suggest doing them afterwards. But now we can do a, where's the board? So we have this kind of where it's at. We can make like little, oh, what was the other thing too? We have this all the way around now, and it's simplified. We should be able to put 1 mil. Will 1 mil work? Yeah, so in here it doesn't want to do it, and then as well for here. So let's do ease the pain. Yeah, that's better. That's okay to have 3 printed big. 3. And this will make this box really rigid. Really rigid. 3 is probably too big in the corners. Maybe 3. Well, it's probably too small actually. If we're doing 1.5, it should be. I should have made a variable to this, and then it would calculate it out. But we could say the inside is 4.5 here on the whole back side. Not here though. So I'm just gonna do 3. 3's fine. 1 is more than strong. 3 is good. Excuse me. We got Hiya. And then I was gonna save. Oops. Let's change this physical material to something plastic. Oops. I don't know. I've been drawing a blank. Yeah. Is that even in here? PET? Polyethylene? Did I not see it? Yeah, whatever. So, blam. Let's make it, I don't know. Friggin' neon green. Something like that. Something that's nice and easy to see. Done, done, done. Okay. So, save. Let's do another one. And then we can do, I'm going to do the whole piece here. So if you notice, this is, I think this might have been reverse engineered or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. I turn off the profile right now so it's not annoying. And I want to actually make these into circles. These are not correct. So the outside should be fairly fine. We can make these to whatever we want. They're 6.2, so let's make them 6.2. And then the inside will be, I don't know, 2. Probably going to be like 2.1. something like that. But we'll just make them 2 for now. We can always drill them bigger. And you copy and paste. Do you get all the other crap? Yes, you do. There. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Prep up all these other ones here. I could have done a pattern as well, if it actually is a pattern, but these are referenced. So if I move the board around, I want these to move as well, which is the reason why I'm doing it this way. I could do a whole command, but I found that if you take a little bit extra time and reference these correctly, you tend to have less problems, regardless of which one you reference, inside or outside. So there you go. These should be. Are these not all the same? Reference top left. I have a bias to top left for whatever reason. Just didn't take the. Yeah. Okay. A little dirty trick that I've learned over the years. Blam. Okay. So, no, this is right. Right, man, right. Okay. So I have, oops, turn on the profiles again. And these should all be at the same plane because they're on the same sketch. This is where design intent comes in. So you select the object, and it's always ever going to go to the object. The object. Oops. Oh, I did that wrong. Going up. Turn off the buddies. I should be able. Yep. Okay, great. Distance to object. So if this changes, that should be okay. I would think. Yeah. Okay, so for now, I'm gonna create the cuts afterwards in the other part. Yeah. So there's an inside outside that I want to do. So this is fairly straightforward. So I have a profile on the top. Remember I had the sketch from before. So there's this sketch here. So that I have. That's the inside and the outside. Right, just like a so. What I can do is I'm going to create another sketch on the same plane, but I want to reference. I could reference the sketch, or I could reference the body as it is now, which I think I'm gonna do still. So I'm gonna reference this because that's what's actually there. Turn off the body. I have an inside and an outside. And what I want to do is create a lip, kind of follows this inside path, half of whatever this is, and then leave a gap. So I think if it was 1.5, I'm gonna make this 1.5. I want 0.3 at least in the middle, so that leaves me with 0.75 minus 0.15, so 0.6. And that's what I'm going to make this in here. on each side. Oops. So see if it'll do the offset. 0.6. Beautiful. And then the other way. Negative 0.6. Leaves me with a small gap. Hmm. What did I do here? Yep. So this is the outside lip, and then this is the inside lip, and I guess that's no man's land. So what I actually want to do is I'm going to combine a few of these things, so I can do this on this one edge, and then this will just be a giant chunk on the outside. So all of this, oops, all of this plus a little bit here. So what I'm going to do is take the chain selection off. This one needs to go 0.6 plus 0.3 is 0.9. 0.9, that should tangent. Yep. Beautiful. So this is this whole lip here. That's what I wanted to get. And then there's the 0.3 gap. 0.3 is for the expansion of the all the other things. So this here, and then this is the same. 0.9. What happened here? Is this not 1.5? Ooh. What did I do? Oh, that's different because it's on the front. Yeah. It should get bigger here too. Okay. I can live with it. Hmm. It's okay. We will live. This might not work. Probably won't work. Gonna have to change one of them. Let's see. Are you gonna come to this one? This one's all funky. Oop. So the issue might be I should actually thicken this up a little bit and change this here. Oh, I deleted the wrong one, didn't I? So what I wanted to do was fill this up thicker. This should actually be the same thickness, but I deleted it and it went off kind of funky. So right here, instead of deleting, this might, yeah, this is gonna change a bunch of stuff. Might have to make it bigger. Sometimes these don't like to combine. So if I know that this is where I want this to be, it should give me the full outline, right? Oh, 12, 10, whatever. This should give me a, so I want the design intent. See how it completely deletes it? And then I should be able to move this back 10 with a completely straight line. So, yeah, sometimes you just gotta play around with stuff until it works or find new ways to do things. It's horrible. So now that these aren't there anymore, delete, will it delete the others? Yeah. So I just have to simplify this over again, which is not a huge deal. So we did 3.5 for most of the inside ones. And then 3, not 3.2, 3.5. Butterfingers. All the way around. Wood. Still, yeah, it's still a little thin. So why don't we can make this adjustment here. Come back. Where's my warning? Which is just here. Is that all it is? Oh, that's my measurement. So 0.158, and I need 0.3, which is almost half. Good news. 0.3. Ooh, it's gonna take some time here. I'm referencing a spot that's gone away. One point 0.142. Right. I don't know why this is still doing that, but is there red? I don't see it anywhere. I don't know. Whoa. Edit feature. Plus 0.142. Yeah. Well, that's not right. So it is 0.15 or 1.5. What's the other one? Yeah, that's right. Does it get too skinny? It gets fatter over here, which we should be basing the um Okay. Maybe it's just my sketch. So the outside lip. Oh geez. Outside lip is good. Inside lip, maybe not so good. 0.6, 0.3, 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. Okay, I guess. 0.3. And then this is gonna squiggle out. 0.684. 0.6. Okay. So this is weird. Inside is clearance, but we want these are actually the mating edges, so we want them to be parallel with each other. So the outside, is the inside or the outside squiggle more important? Which one is more important? Well, the outside one doesn't need to be um, can be offset like that. I don't think it's a big deal. The inside one can be straight. The outside one can just be whatever it is. Offset. No. Offset. Derp. 0.6. Something off a little bit. It's so strange. I'll take it. That's fine. All this like little deviation here. There we go. Are you gonna split these around or what? Is there two pieces here or just one? No, just one. Sometimes it's strange, eh? Okay. And then for this one here, I'm going to do the same thing, except 0.9. The outside is the outside. I think I'm happy with that. Oof. Making a liar out of me. I always want to do tangent for whatever reason. Mm, driving? Can I do that? Or is it this one here? No, that one's good. Hmm. I don't know. Okay. No, that's not working either. Okay. All this crap. I don't know. I forgot what I did. I just completely screwed everything. Probably trimmed some. Oh, yeah. Never mind. I know what I did. I know exactly what I did. So this should not be over-constrained. Is there a small thing in here? Where is that? One to the other? Oh. No. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a lost reference. That's why I'm drawing in these other ones. So like if this reference is lost, then the other one will pick it up. And they'll stay square to each other. Okay, so that looks nicely constrained. Okay, so on the inside, this is inside outside. So one, because this is split right down the middle, I'm gonna go, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. So this one here, I'm just gonna drop on the inside. We'll say -1 with this one here, with the space. So this will be the lip, right? So this is the lip. Shouldn't that be all the way around? 1 mil is actually not that much. Let's go 1.5. We have a little bit of wiggle room. Oh, okay. And then we can do that again. So we have another piece over here. Before I do this, actually, I'm gonna get rid of this one here. Should I? Yeah, I should. Remove. Bring up this thing here and right. And what I'm gonna do is create a mirror of the right one. Mirror plane, body. Call this left. And call this left, right. Looks good. Gonna do that one here. And then turn on this one. And then we're gonna do the inside lip. So this is the outside and the clearance. And then down 1.5 again. That should be all the way on the outside. So the only thing I didn't do was create clearance into here with this. So all I'm gonna do is, if you see how we did this? It's a wrong. Understand? So we can leave it like that if you want, but One actually has to go inside the other. Derp. That's not right, Karsyz. Cancel amigo. So we're just gonna start over. We're working on the right. Okay, what did I say I wanted to do? This is the side with the lip. So this is the parting line, left to right. This parting line can't move. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna clearance them just by a little bit, okay? Like negative 0.05. And then same thing with the other one. Forgot what I was doing. It's weird, isn't it? So regardless, inside or outside, it's definitely going to be inside and outside. I want the outside face to be 0.1, and then from there, the thing is created, I guess you could say. Lippity lip lip. So one gets subtracted, one gets added. Unfortunately, I did two surfaces at once, and I was thinking I was doing something else. Yeah, so that's how that works. Yeah. Okay. I digress, and I gotta delete some stuff on the other one. So 0.05. No, 0.5. Did I say 0.5? No, 0.5. Derp. Derp, derp, derp. So if we turn up the sketches, you're gonna see this like little tiny reveal, which is what we want, except one on the inside is gonna be much bigger than the others, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this one here, this whole piece on the inside needs to come down. Look at that, it's like made for it. So 0.1, we're just gonna come down the negative 1.5. And we're gonna keep that nice and easy peasy. Maybe we should do it plus the 0.1 too. 1.5 from the other, and then there's a no, 1.5, that's fine. And then the other one will be extendy. And this one here. So what I did wrong with this one, so this one here, oops, needs to come down with the middle one as well. Because that's the clearance. And then this one here, 0.1 clearance total. So it should be 1.4 negative. And then we could do a section analysis to make sure we're actually doing our shizzle right. Did we do it right? Did we do it right? I don't know. It looks like the same gap to me. It's pretty decent. Okay. So we get the Raspberry Pi mounted to the right side, not the left side. Oops, like so. This has got the little thingy all the way around it. Oh. It looks like I forgot a few things. Maybe a few other things here. Nope. Just those ones. Okay. Yeah. What's next? Oh, yeah. True, 3 cutting bodies? Two. One. Two. So there's it's starting to take shape at least. I think it looks alright. So what's neat is that you can have like a countersink fasteners in here, or I could just build the clips. I think as I start to get into things, it's like, okay, well, it's not that difficult to 3D print, not really. There's very minimal there's minimal support when you're printing things like this. So print on this side, print on the other. It doesn't really matter that much. As long as you get the snaps in the correct way. So these could be removed actually. So you get right, left. So just doing these snaps into here like that, like it's not that adding the snap in here is not that big a deal. Especially like a smooth surface on the inside, outside. This could just be like a flat little thing and a little depression, like nothing really special. So if you put them on the inside like this, there's no hole to push on the outside, like from the outside to get that key off. Well, it's gonna be horrible. So the one thing I did want to do was take off these stanchions. They don't need to be there. Stanchions, outriggers, standoffs. There we go. Stanchion. I don't know. Is this really good for 3D printing? I don't know. I'm not sure. But forgot to do something here. Why did I ever forget to do something? One face? How dare you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. That's better. Um, I'm wondering if this should just be cut out because these probably break off anyways. Yeah, it looks cool for now. I don't know, maybe we'll see. They might print okay. So if you push on that, like by accident, it might not fare too well. I can always make these a little bit thicker on the back too, a little bit easier for. Do I have room? Yeah, there's room in between there. Not really. Then yeah, there's room to put like screens and stuff up here too. So that sort of thing. And then on top of that, if you want to change his mind and have a clamshell like this, and then that screws together with the front face completely off, you just snoop, just clip this here, and then you could put a joint like right along that edge, or we could maybe mimic an edge that comes all the way along here, and that's a completely like a clip-in face sort of thing, and then it doesn't have any of this stuff and it's continuous. That might be a more robust idea, just like the other what do they call it, Revolution Pi or something? I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it was kind of fun. I haven't done this in a while. What does it look like next to the other ones? Yeah, it kind of looks cool. Like in a case. We're not done yet. Let's do. So this is what I was alluding to here. Now, depending on um, depending on how you want these things to look and act, it should have to get the heat out of this. You're gonna want stuff like even they have it top and bottom. Um, the holes that go into it. The hexagons are nice for 3D printing as well. I might put a whole bunch of these in here. If you have anything that crosses the line, the 3D print becomes not as strong, but sometimes they print better. So whenever you have long lines, just imagine this long line here is going to create a little bit of tension and want to rip these corners off the part. It's going to want to if this is the flat bed here in gravity, it's going to want to make it curve upwards, so on each end. So sometimes having a little break in here, like a little whatever, is sometimes a good idea, or maybe in the middle, so that you can there's not that much stress built up in these. Now these corners aren't super thick, like this is a 3 mil or something, 3 mil and 3.5. There's not that much stuff here, so if that was solid, you definitely want to try and break up how this is printed, or maybe do an overlap. I know there's certain types of 3D printing methods that will do like an overlap like this. It'll stop halfway and then go back on the inside, so it'll do a complete outside, but then on the inside layer, it breaks them all up so that it doesn't do that. Probably a good idea. So as it cools off. Now I was thinking about doing a just slots in here, but when you go to 3D print this, you're gonna have to do the weed outs. So if we did it on a 45-degree angle, which would probably be better because those will print together. And then how would you want to do that? So it'd be 45 degrees into each other, like an A maybe. And we could do a reverse triangles or something. So 1, 2. Let me see here. Either way, did I put this on? Yeah. So a 3D printable shape. This is probably the better bet, because as soon as you go off line like this, or you don't have something that meets it at less than 45 like this, might not fare very well. So as long as between here and here, oops. What are you doing? Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. So we could probably, I'm almost all the way down to here. So how is this going to look on the other side? Maybe chevrons? So you don't want to, the whole idea is that you want to create a shape When it comes across here, it's just going to print, 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 print. It'll keep printing. It's no big deal. And when it comes to here, it's just going to keep going. Right? So if you have this, that's 3D printable for sure. It comes back on itself. You could have whatever you want all the way up to here. And then either that or it could bridge the gap. So, but here is unsupported, like from here to like say here, for example, or whatever that ends up being. So if you wanted to have like a, like a nice little squiggly like this, it would be better to bring this back a little bit. So if this was 3, 3 mil you might actually be able to get away with. 5, this is not going to be like that. It would be better to have it down lower. Parallel, yes. Bit down lower. And then we're going to have this pattern repeat. Maybe, oh yeah, we're going to bring this almost right off the thing here. 1.5. So we're going to have this at 90. So it stops like flat. It'd probably be better to have it like 70. Greater than 100. Not 135. Maybe 135. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, because that's a 3D printable shape. It kind of looks stupid though. They both kind of look stupid. Because we have we could do 3. 10. It doesn't look so bad. So, if we go through completely, to object. So what's kind of neat, if we want chevrons, we could do this way earlier in the program here, but so it would be nice to do it right here actually. So when we go to do the mirror, it's the whole body. Yep. And if I can, where's the... Yep. Just refactoring here. Okay. And there's nothing to get in the way of the pattern now. So that's one of the main things here. So let's do, we're gonna do faces. I could do features. Actually, let's do features instead. Because there's nothing to get in the way here. Directions. Here. I want spacing. 5. Maybe 7. Symmetric. 10. Yeah, 10 looks decent. 9. I could probably work this out, but whatever. Let's do 10. And how many are we gonna do? Maybe we will do 9. 8. It's amazing, eh? What you got in store? We don't necessarily want to go into the curves here. 9.3. It's from there to there. I should have went on the inside instead of the outside. I'm gonna do that. So it's never too late to adjust your stuff. See these things here? You can always change your references. I'm gonna make mine. They went bye-bye. And then I want to do the inside of the box instead of the outside. So see how everything changes here a little bit, but because this is drawn the way it is, that's just how it works out. A couple little things change. Not such a big deal. And then we have to go and do that again. So missing direction. See, I screwed that up before. Bam. I'm not sure if it did it on both sides or not. Yes, it did. Okay, great. So when we go blau, we have them top and bottom. Kind of cool, right? And we cut this in the back here, and then that's almost finished. So if we wanted to do corner thingies here on the left side, we just draw it in. It's pretty straightforward. So we can just do a actually, yeah, if we have them like nicely in the corners. Maybe 10. It's probably not going to be that far, but what does that look like? Yeah, 10's too far. We're going to use, actually, let's bring the fastener in, then we can actually take a look at it. Save. Let's do a countersink. Countersink screw for plastic. Platic. There we go. And they can be... I don't know, M3? I think the last one I did was an M2. I'll do an M3. M3 by 10? 12? M3 by 10. Can I download you? Can. Okay, so see how I kind of brought it in at the 0? It was because when I put this into position, I just want to place it wherever it goes in. This is up and down. No, like so. Good. Now I can put these right in based on the thing, and then cut this based on that taper, which is easy too. So, but what I can do is that if I know this 2.75 and I want a 3, I can make a hole that goes through this piece, right? So I have a hole command, and then I could just say here and here and here and here. Blah, right? That's going to be a through hole. It can be deep as deep as it wants because nothing else is on. What did I say? 3 mil, and then the hole can be 2, 1. No. What did I say this was? An M3? Shouldn't this be 3? Oh no, the radius was 3, so 6. Derp. Today's the day. Let's do 3.5. Right, so that should get us radius. Yeah, 2.75. Maybe 3 might be a little bit too big. 2.8. I'm a big fan of doing the calculations right in here. Why not? Let's give me a radius. Yeah, 2.81. So the inside radius 0.6. Yeah, it's gonna be the interior. .9, yeah. So if it was 4, .9 is to 1. No, 0.18, and then holy crap, what's stupid? 0.9 times 2 times 1.7. Yeah. So it's like 3.1. No, clearance is good. Yep. So what I can do is it's going to be the lowest, I would say like the lowest taper in order to get this in here. So if I do lowest taper to lowest taper, it's not going to get me, it's not going to get me super close. But if I did top in here, didn't I shablamo? No? There we go. So when I do an inspection, section analysis here to the center. Can I do that? See, it's, there we go. It's pretty darn close. If I just go top to top, and I wanted the clearance just to have the clearance. Now, this screw here is actually at a different angle. This is probably an 82. Did I do 82 on this one? Yeah, yeah. 82 is better. That's fine. So I think that's okay. That looks good. And then now I need something that goes all the way through, all the way to the other side, if I wanted to have it like this. So, um, I don't know. There's sometimes the way it looks on the inside, and the way it looks on the outside. Like it's a big thing all the way down to here. So generally, what you would do is this would be so we're printing, printing, printing. So this would be okay, and then it prints above this, print, 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 or it's a big hole, and then it prints this up here like that, up into around this point, and then this point would come all the way up to here. So when it goes together, that's a hard point, and then it's held essentially held in the middle by those points there. So should we do it that way? Yeah, I think so. And then we could stick them right in the corners too. Sometimes you could just make the whole corner solid if you really wanted to. Um, Most people don't do that though. Not even for injection molding, I don't think. Oops. So that does look pretty dope though. You know what? Maybe we'll keep it. No, 3 is a little bit too much. 4. All right. 6. Yeah, it's better. And then I don't have to use the countersinks either. Nah, I'll do it this way. So a lot of the times when you get into the fasteners, you're going to want to create this piece. And I think this one's pretty much done as far as that goes. So what we can do, this is when it is beneficial to when you start adding in other pieces like this. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter because it's still into itself. Yeah, it's fine. Loop, 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 loop. Wow. Yeah. Did I? What did I put this on? I did it onto the piece, didn't I? I did. I was just like, because I can put it onto the sketch too. This is all arranged funny. It's okay. Good enough. I'm taking a lazy way out. Okay. Left, right. So this would generally be in that component, and this component would be wherever it is. So, you know, your left C's and right C's. Take the burr off this here. Um, no. 3D printing after all. Aladdin. Okay, what did I say this was? 134. That's how many dimensions I put in this thing already. Holy moly. What have I been doing? It's weird that there's something there, but there's not something there. And they don't show it to you. Okay. So we're gonna make these we're gonna make these bad boys go all the way up. So here's the other way to do this. Oh boy. Okay. So we're gonna do this inside. What did I say it was? 3.1, right? It's probably less than that. It's not what it looks like though. Let's do 3. We're gonna do the good old equals. You know what? I've never tried it the other way before. Nope. Yeah, because you can only do 2 at once, I think. Yeah, good enough. Alright. We are going to go to the inside of this one. I think we're going to do a offset of -0.1 to have a little bit of crush. We're going to join this to here. I'm not cutting, we're joining. Did I not do this right? Hmm. Really? Hmm. Okay. Doesn't like that. Okay, we'll bring it on the inside then. 8, -7. We're probably not going to have those as 10. 10 seems actually pretty big. We're probably going to taper them up as well. Maybe add a gear too. That's better. So this is taking the easy way out. This should just be halved. And then we can bring the other one down. But does that look okay? Does it? Nope, I changed my mind. And we're going to make these 6. Seven. Make them 7. Beefcake! Hmm. Okay, let's go back. So instead of having these holes here, I'm gonna make still these. So 8. So at these points, here, I'm gonna have, it's the same thing. So let's do 6. What did I say these were? These are 2.8. So 6, I need to have, yeah, 6 clearance, 6.5, and then add a little bit. Okay. Ooh, shit. That's what happens when you don't press enter. You no press enter and no good. Okay. Okay, so I have, what I'm gonna do is there's like a double thing gonna happen. So I want to not do this yet. Extrude. Don't I have a profile? So 2 of these. So these are going to be 2 objects. And then join to the right side. Wow. Just like a soul. And then I want to cut down into here. So object to the bottom. And then a minus 1.5 back. Ooh. So now that there is a thing in the middle here. New. So yeah, I put the holes in because the holes actually reach, but they're on the wrong plane. So unfortunately, what I have to do is I have to make another sketch on this plane. And then I have to make center points for everything. So usually just making that is the easiest way to do it. And then sometimes they will let you make the new points, but not all the time. Did it let me? It let me. Nice. am so happy. You know, Fusion keeps on getting better every day. Well, that's just rad. Pretty happy about that. I'm gonna put little radius on the inside here too. Imagine that. Funny how that worked out. And then chippy chamfer. Whoa. I like my little chamfers. Can I do a little chamfer on here? Oh, look at you. Okay, so that's getting better. And then now it doesn't know where to put it. So I think it was up here. Pretty sure. Hit you? Sure was. Lamb. Where is this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, little cut in from here. And the other side too. When you do it in the wrong one. Ooh. So see how this one's not done yet? So if you were to delete this here and then go to the other side, it doesn't get mirrored over. I like that. Sometimes it screws up a bunch of things. It's like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Okay. So far, so good. I think. Yeah, everything looks like it's still coming to here. Yeah, these joints are gonna be all over the place because there's missing references everywhere. So I'm just gonna put the missing references back in. They should be fine. Here. Yeah. What was this again? Yeah. So manage last projections. It doesn't know where all the stuff is because I made it to go bye-bye. So number one, add this one in. Yep. One. Okay. Much better. So now we have edits. There we go. So this will come all the way to the number one, number two. And then this is a little bit bigger. So maybe what I should do is just thicken these up 10. Maybe it should be slightly larger. 9. I don't know. 9. Yeah, let's do 10. Whoa. No. Okay, I'm happy with that. So like each side has its own deal, I guess you could say. And then there's that. So I got some lifty dofties here. Lifty dofties. Edit. Oops. Some of the don't cut yourself stuff on here. Normally what we would do is tie these two together with like a little rib. I might do that. They're nice and strong. Let's see here. Before I do this, I want to chamfer the inside and outside of these guys. 2. Beautiful. Oh. No, I guess not. It should be okay. Usually put a chamfer on all the other sides there so there's no outside burr. What I mean by that is, can you actually see it? Oh no, I took care of it on that one. Yeah, so when you 3D print, when you're ending up on something, it's more important on the bottom than it is on the top. So if this is printing like this, for example, you definitely want a chamfer on the outside. It just prevents the little burr. And then on the inside here, I'm going to make little fillets. So hopefully this will give me a, oops, 1.5. Yeah, doesn't really need to be that big. It just holds them in a little bit better. 0.1 or 0.5 is a layer and a little bit, so it's not that big a deal. But sometimes it helps, you know. 2, 3, okay. These are like they're all the little tiny things. Now I haven't applied any draft to any of this because we're not injection molding it, so it's not really that big a deal. And then the outside, a little bit here. Now these are slightly larger than the other. Wondering if this shouldn't be down so far. You know what? That's probably a good idea. Actually, let's go back a little bit. Say 2.5. Yeah, and give us a little bit more meat on there for crush. Crush room. Crush room. Crush room. Did I do the wrong one? No, that's right. I think. Isn't it? I think. Yeah, looks right. Lock this in here. The or was it here? It was it the 9? Yeah. So this here is probably like 2.8, 2.6. See, I'm just going by this section here. We could probably get away with like 2. Maybe it was 2.1, not 3.1. 2.6. These are gonna grip in really good. Or like a triangle, right? 2.3. Yeah. Well, whatever works. So there's that. This actually, and to increase the bearing, I could probably have that. Well, it needs to be at least 3 in the hole. Yeah, I made it. So let's make it 3.1, see what that does. Yeah, it's a little nicer. Okay, we'll leave that. Now, yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna call this done for tonight. I've had quite a bit of fun here. Almost about 3 hours. That's about normally how long it would take right from scratch. So if you're watching, I hope you enjoyed kind of what was going on here. Let me just double check, make sure. Oh, that's not right. What have I done? Edit. You? Wow. There we go. So make sure all the screws and stuff are at the same level. This is gonna go in. We might have to do a clip system in here if you want, but it'll probably be okay, I would think. It's designed like the other one, so if this one comes in here and clips in, then it should be fine. If you don't need this, then you don't need it, I suppose. But yeah, it looks okay. We'll probably put some little screws in here too. Whatever those are, I could probably put some of those in. Yeah, it should be it should work fairly good. Even if it was first try for printing, we can do like a logo on the side or something too. Whatever's fun. And we could always change the direction of this stuff around and whatever. But it seems like to work okay. If you were to do everything on the one side of it. Let's see here. So this is what I was saying, is like sometimes it's just easier to go over with everything here, because then you could say, okay, well, I want to make a rigid group of a bunch of things here, and that's just how it is. So you could say everything that's inside this, I want a rigid group. So yep. Maybe not the mounting adapter. And yep. Okay. Include all the child components. And then right before this, we can make this not rigid, or unground it. And then do that here. And then we could take this for a ride and put it wherever we want. So, if you name it correctly, do all that. This is, I find it simple, but I don't know. Maybe it's not so simple. I have no idea. This is there's a case, anyways. So I'm gonna share this with my buddy here, and you can go on this little project. This is kind of cool too, because I've been thinking about doing something that's similar, anyways. Not with the DIN channel, but that works. That works good too, DIN rail. So if we were to move this over. Can I move everything based on this? I don't know. Sometimes it gets crazy. Guess not. No, it's gonna freak out. No, don't do it. Yeah, see, it's going crazy. This is one of the reasons why people don't like Fusion. Yeah, it's okay. Liam. So you can see how it started out. Like what I was saying is that it's not perfect. It's in the likeness of it, but it's not perfect. You know, it's definitely the approximate size of what's in there. You can make it smaller, make it larger, you know, whatever else. I made it a little bit more rounded. So, but you know, if you stuck this like right to the side of it, it's kind of cool looking still. And then so what's really interesting is that if you had something like this, how would you fix that? How would you bring this closer to the main sort of thing? So what really needs to happen? You're drawing to a specific area, and then you're going to um, you're going to come back. You can guess to where. So this is where the outside line is. If that's where you want the outside line to be, you have to uh, instead of doing it how like I did, how I just made it to the edge and then came up, you have to move over a little bit. Um, yeah, so like you would have to move over the thickness of whatever you're doing or half of it, because then you're gonna create a small line like right in the middle of it, and then that's the line that what you would use all the way around to do um your loft, and then you would radius you would have two fillets, so one on the outside and then one on the inside. So if I was to go back, so now that I have kind of all this figured out here, so save. So when I make a sea of red here, you'll see what happens. Um, oh geez, I lost my pointer. I hate it when that happens. The black line's gone now. It's when you drag it like that off the screen, it's yeah, that's weird. So when you use your mouse wheel, yeah. Anyways, right here, roll back. That's good. So see what I did for this here. So around the outside, instead of see how I did all of this. Okay, so there's the loft that went into here. So right before doing this, here's what we do. We do a thing on here. Actually, I could probably just do it. No, I have to do it on the front side. So do a one of these is turn off the bodies and turn off all this stuff here. We are going to delete this stuff in the middle. We're going to go in. What did I make that one? Crap, I don't remember. Yeah, let's do one. It's probably 0.5. Where is it here? Yeah, it's 1. So way down here, we do 0.5. Right? This is the radius that's going to be all the way around. Way at the top. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So we have a body already up here. Take the surface that we once had. We're going to extrude. This is a cutting edge. We're going to cut entire inside out of that. Then we can get rid of that. Remove. Right, so this is our new edge that we're gonna do our loft to. And it's So new loft goes to here. It's the same old, same old, same old shizzy. Oops. Make sure everything is kind of doing what it's supposed to be doing. And then we're going to connect this like a so. Like that. Bam. Right, so you kind of see how there's still like a hard edge all the way around. Now, what would happen if I connected this as G2 as well? G1. See what happens? It kind of bubbles out. We want that? I don't know, it's kind of cool actually. But I think I'd rather specify what I want instead of this. Because this is just based on whatever geometry and it's like doubling it here. So tangent connected. Hard edge here. Yeah. Okay. New. Like a soul. Blow. And that's the same edge. So this should all be the same here. And these are the same. And this is going to be slightly different. This is going to have one more edge to it. We got. No, it looks like it's good. Yep. Bam. So this one worked out just a little bit better, I think. What got deleted here? Body 1? It's body 1. That's the old one. Okay. So when we go and do this, this might be an issue. So this will give us the exact same profile as we had before. So see how I was kind of thinking, it was thinking about that? Yeah. So this is, it's like literally the same profile as before. So what we have now is, so in order to get that curve the same, we have to do, so these ones are a little bit scary actually, because sometimes it doesn't know what to do with it. And even last time when I did it, it wasn't going to be like 100%. It's like, ooh, I don't know if it's going to let me do it or not. So, okay, so it did. Perfect. Sometimes it's a no bueno. Not good. Beautiful. So that's the result that I wanted. But you have to set it up so that the geometry is where you want it to be. So let me, if I fade this out, this right one, excuse me, this geometry, the opacity, make this like 40, you'll see it's, you know, pretty darn close to where it was before. Am I in perspective or something? Yeah. Oh no, yeah, it's the same. Derp. Yep. It's just, it was such a fine little line. It looked like a shadow. Like, no, that's not right. Okay. Bring back the opacity to 100%. Now, my stuff might have changed, so I want to make sure that that's where it actually should be. So let's go. You just go right to the end, I guess. See what happens. If it breaks a whole bunch of stuff, which, oh good, I did everything in order. Sometimes it just does that. I don't know why. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it is a little bit different. Okay, darn it. No, it had to do whatever it had to do. You know what? Oh, I might have picked the wrong thing. I think when I did the sketch, maybe I picked the inside. I picked the inside? No. No, that's just how it wanted to do the curve. Yep. So before and after. Hmm. Let me do some investigation here because it should have worked correctly. The loft, the loft didn't do it. Roll it back to here. Yep. So yeah, it just is the yeah. It's so before the this here is the same. Let me see if it's the inside or the outside that did it. Probably the inside, but you never know. Oh, it was the outside. Right. Yep, still the same. So I'm wondering there there might be less than oh there's only 0.25. What did I do? 1? Oh, you know what I did? Did I go 0.5 on this? Yeah, I used 0.5 as the radius. Oh no no no. It's supposed to be 1. That's why. Oh wow. Okay. So this will break everything a little bit. I like trying to figure this stuff out. It's yeah, so 0.5 and 0.5. So if, yeah, that was right before. But this will definitely give me the bigger the bigger curve. That'll be the proper curve anyways. So 0.75? It should see it should be closer to 1. Hmm. Maybe it just needs the space. That's because of the probably because of the curve. Now, I'm wondering the other direction if we were to do this, but have this come up connected tangent up into here and then do a full curve over. But this is 1, right? Yeah. So this would only have to be half. So let's go back. Gotta love troubleshooting. So there's tangent connection there. Are you gonna let me do it? Nope. 0.49. Yeah. It needs to see like a little tiny amount there. See, that still looks pretty darn cool. Like that. It's not a perfect round over, but that might actually be a better solution than the other one because it's like a I don't know. It's a weird curve. All right, let's try it all the way to the end. Should have saved that there. Wow. I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. It looks pretty awesome. You do one on each side. That's awesome. Yeah, you can do a whole bunch of things as far as this goes too. It's you know, if you have if you would if you want to have a whole bunch of stuff, then you can just do that. Left, right. Wow. Um. Oh, geez, not component copy. Um. Assembly copy. Just so you can have another one here. You can kind of see them, or you could see them all daisy chained up. Yeah, that looks pretty cool too. I don't know. So if you wanted to put there was like a little meter thing, you can always stretch this out a little bit and then it'll loft. There's a bunch of different things you can do as far as that goes. If you want indicator lights, programming switches, you want HDMI port, whatever, you can do all that stuff. You can do it on the bottom. You know, this is just a little pattern that I thought was kind of cool as far as that goes. You can put logos on the side. You know, sky's the limit. Realistically, whatever we want to do. All right, do master save there, and then away we go. So you're just tuning in. I just created just a DIN rail box for a case for Raspberry Pi. It's for a friend of mine. Just asked me really quick if I could whip up something. This is kind of what I came up with here. So something real simple, 3D printable. Only I guess I would say only a few steps away from injection molding. There's only a few things I would change with this. So, but other than that, it's I don't know, it's a fun little project. I think he'll have fun with it, and yeah, go on from there. I just made it to match his power supply with the one that he wanted to use. There's probably a bunch of different ways we could do all this stuff here, but other than that, it's kind of cool. I like it. Even just to sit like on a shelf or something, I could probably put these around to the other side, and you could sit it on the desk or something. But you know, do whatever you want. Kind of cool. Alrighty, there's that. Put this in perspective. Maybe get a screenshot of that. Maybe without the text. I think you do a full render, maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Good enough for now. Something I can send off. There we go. I'll be happy about that. Maybe one for the inside. Turn out the left. Yeah. Yeah, take off that there. It's kind of cool. There we go. All right. Good enough. I might do some streaming tomorrow. We'll see. I got sometimes I promise and then I just don't want to do it. So I don't know. We'll come back. Have some fun. Until next time. See you later.